Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over my Week 9 rankings for Survivor 50. I'm going to be kind of going through these quickly because I've had a very busy week. I've been in a wedding, I've had testing coming up because it's the end of the year. So let's get into it. So, 10th place, I have Rick Devens. And it's kind of obvious why. I elaborated about this on my Survivor episode 8 recap. He's not in a great position. The fake idol play really put him in a dangerous spot in the game. It drew a lot of attention to him and Christian, which Christian, my winner pick, eventually being the person that got voted out in episode 9. This put a huge target on Rick, and he got a ton of votes as well. Everybody still believes he has an idol, so there's still going to be votes coming after him, and he doesn't have a way to protect himself right now. He doesn't have an actual idol. His allies are all in not great positions. Emily's in a really bad position. The vote almost got turned against her last tribal council instead of Christian. Aubrey's not in a relatively great position, and everybody just views Devens as a threat, so he's definitely next on the chopping block as of right now. Number 9, I have Emily. And Emily is also not in a great position. She made the same mistake that Christian made, which was telling Suri, who is very close, obviously close with Ozzy, to get rid of Ozzy. Like, maybe they didn't know she was working with Rizzo, but it was kind of obvious from the get-go that Suri was working with Ozzy. So, why would both Emily and Christian make that dumb move? I don't know. It's kind of appalling to me because that's the reason they didn't get Suri out in the first episode, is because they were scared Ozzy was going to come after because they knew they were in an alliance. So it was a dumb move from both of them, which is ultimately the reason why Christian got voted out. But Emily is not in a great position. I do think she's in a tiny bit better of a situation than Rick right now because Rick has the threat of the fake idol, but she could very well easily be the next one going home, as well as Rick Devens. I feel like they're both in a really bad spot right now in the game. Number 8, I have Aubrey. Aubrey dropped for me a little bit. I thought she was in a decent position. She was working with Tiff. She wasn't really getting targeted a ton. And she's still got bigger threats that she's working with. She's got Rick Devens and Emily as shields. She's working with Tiffany, who's working with Joe. She's got connections with Suri and Rizzo. But overall, I feel like she's still in a weaker spot in the game because her alliance is being blown up right now. And I feel like just because everybody else from her alliance is in a very bad position, that's putting her in a bad position as well. So that's why I have her this low. Number 7, I have Tiffany. She did not move from last week's spot, and honestly, I don't think she's going to win. She's had few of edit time to make her winner status, in my opinion. I feel like she's been in horrible spots throughout the entire game, hasn't been involved in any major alliances, but the fact that she's not ever a target because she's not ever doing anything, she's the easy pickings, she's not necessarily in danger right now, and she could be carried farther to the end. So that's why I don't have her right now in a very precarious situation. She has a good relationship with Joe. She has a good relationship with Aubrey. She's not in a bad position as of right now because there are just bigger threats that are left. Number 6, I have Joe. Joe is not right now playing the game the best he could. His alliance is still alive, and he didn't get targeted after his alliance got blown up when Coach and Chrissy got voted out. But him, Jonathan, and Stephanie definitely took a hit from that, but he managed to survive, and he managed to make connections with Tiffany and Rizzo especially, which I feel like is going to be important because I feel like Rizzo, for some reason, feels like he has a bond to Joe right now. And that's what's keeping Joe in a relatively safe position right now in the game. I feel like he's definitely not as well connected as Stephanie and Jonathan in their alliance. So I do definitely feel like if Suri's alliance decides to take a shot at the Honor and Loyalty Alliance, Joe would be the first one gone, especially since he's won more immunities than anyone so far this season, so he's definitely the biggest physical threat. Number 5, I have Stephanie. Same position I had her in as last week. I feel like Stephanie has made some good connections with the people in the middle just from her time on the pre-merge, post-swap tribe, where they went to every single tribal council. She's done well in physical challenges, so I feel like she could end up being an underdog in these kinds of challenges, but I don't think that's not my main reason for having her this high. My reason is that she's just in a really good position. She's got a lot of connections with a lot of different people and a lot of different alliances like Devins, Emily, Aubrey, Sari. So I feel like she's in a very relatively safe position right now. I don't think she's being targeted next vote. I think she's going to be able to stay alive, especially since her alliance so far is not being targeted right now. Number 4, I have Jonathan. He is definitely the most controlling figure from the Honor and Loyalty Alliance that's left. He's definitely one of the main reasons, or one of the main people that prioritized getting Christian out this vote, and he did succeed. And it just goes to show you, like, he is working pretty closely with Sari's alliance right now. He is very well connected. Maybe not necessarily with the people in the middle, and that could end up backfiring on him into the future. But I feel like right now, he's in a good enough position to where he could control the next couple of votes, and he could keep himself from being in danger. And of course, the top 3 I have left are Sari's Wizard of Oz alliance. They are completely controlling the game. It's not even close, but and all 3 of them have, I feel like, an equal shot of winning. But number 3 for me is Ozzy. And the reason I have him at number 3 is because out of this entire alliance, he has been targeted the most. Even though him and Rizzo both openly have idols that everyone knows about, neither one of them has been targeted. So they're able to carry those idols very far into the game. And he has been getting some targets from Christian and Emily, but he is being protected right now by Sari and Rizzo to the point where he's still not really in danger. He's controlling the votes. He still ended up getting Christian out, who he did want to get out a couple episodes ago, and he was worried that would be a threat down the line, and he did end up getting them out. He's had some good edits earlier in the season, and I feel like he's in a very good position right now in the game to win. Not as good as the other 2. And number 2, I have Sari again. It's the same top 3 as I had last week. Sari is the mastermind right now. She's playing the best game, and the only reason I have her below my number 1 is because she doesn't have an idol, so she doesn't have that protection. So if somebody were to take shots at that alliance, she is the obvious vote out, unless they try to go for like a blind side on like an Aussie or something like that. But she's been controlling the last 2 votes. She's controlled getting Coach, Chrissy, and Christian out, which is very huge for her resume. She's not getting any blood on her hands right now. I feel like Jonathan took a lot of the blood for the Christian vote last week. And for the Coach and Chrissy vote, I feel like everybody was on board with that. And Devins kind of took the blood with his fake idol play. So I feel like she's in a very safe position. She's not getting targeted at all right now. And the only reason I have her lower is because I feel like the person number 1 has a lower threat level. And number 1, I have Rizzo for the 2nd week in a row. And the reason I have Rizzo winning is because he has not been looked at all. His target is so low that when people started to think about the people who are in the middle, like at this point, no one knows Rizzo and Sari are in an alliance with Ozzy. But when people think of who's playing the middle, they think of Ozzy, even though in everyone's minds right now, Rizzo is a free agent technically. So he's playing the middle so well that no one realizes that he is in the middle. The only people that wanted to take shots at him, which were Chrissy and I guess Coach, he took him out immediately. And the edit emphasized that, and he still has his idol. We know he's very good when he has an idol in his pocket. He knows how to use them very well, as shown at Survivor 49. So right now, I feel like Rizzo is in a very good position going into the back half of season 50, and I feel like he is in the prime position right now to win the season. But those are my thoughts. Please leave yours in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a good night. See you in the next one.